All right, what is going on, YouTube? Year One Blink here, back with another new Destiny 2 video. Today, we're going to be watching the new, I believe, trailer for this game, or for Destiny 2, the Witch Queen, the new Destiny 2 Vidoc. So, yeah, we're going to turn this up a little bit and see what it's like. All right.
I know what you're wondering. What is true and what is false?
Oh, what's that?
The Witch Queen is an unsettling mystery.
An unsettling mystery.
Our biggest foe, Sabathun, has our grandest tool, the light.
The light? Oh my god, guys.
Narrative threads that we planted way back in
All right.
I'm here to protect humanity.
How do we stop
I'm here to
this?
protect
The stakes
humanity.
of the universe are rising, and it's the greatest challenge that we've ever faced.
We're shedding that dogma of light equals good, darkness equals bad.
Ooh,
We're really
shedding that
entering the
dogma
myths
of
and trying to
light equals
discern
good,
what's in
good
front of
versus
us
bad.
and
So it's gonna be
what's
like
lurking
who's
just
good,
underneath
who's
the
evil.
surface.
What is
You
your
don't even
truth?
know who's your
There are
who's
a lot
your
of
enemy and
bombshells
who's not.
in the Witch Queen narrative.
I'm liking the art style they're
That's
going with
just
this, like a
scratching the
creepy
surface of what we're
forest,
gonna get into
creepy
this game.
forest-like area. Kind of reminds me of the beginning of Destiny 2, the European Dead Zone, kind of.
Witch Queen and Season of the Risen is chapter 1 and the beginning of the end for the Light and Darkness saga.
Project lead and assistant.
Really getting to the core of what it means to be a
Kiora
guardian.
Ray looking
We are
like she's
looking
gonna
at
make
and
some
asking big
appearances.
questions
Creative
about
director,
the light
James.
and darkness.
We
So
have
he
a
looks
big
like he's in
bad
charge of
that
this
we've
DLC.
been anticipating for a really long time.
Senior
coming
narrative
in
lead.
the
Looks
form
like
of
they're in
Sabathun.
charge of the story.
Sabathun's had a hand in most of the major conflicts that we've been involved with.
We've heard about Sabathun for years and just bits and pieces,
Senior
and then
test
you see
lead
it
and
slowly
senior
building
test lead, so
over
they're-
seasons until we come to this huge critical point.
Sabathun's no longer just someone you hear about.
She's not just interfering in little ways. She's now ready to take center
She's
stage.
now here and ready to kill us.
1, 2, 3.
As Sabathun, she's larger than life. We wanted to make her feel imposing and very
These guys
real,
are doing all this
dancing
stuff
through
in the
motions.
garage? No wonder why it's taking them so long.
She's very manipulative. She is very ethereal, but she also has like that creepiness to her as well. She promised she'd help us out with this pyramid ship problem that's coming our way. But the reality of the situation is Sabathun is only on Sabathun's side. We've outlived our purpose, and it is to Sabathun's
Okay,
benefit
everyone's
to
there.
wipe us off that chessboard.
She's lived among us. She has played us for fools. She knows us inside and out.
I
And
can't
she's
wait to
been
play
a
this.
step
I'm so
ahead of
excited,
us,
guys.
like, the whole way. So how do you beat someone like that?
It isn't too late. You can still be forgiven. Be careful.
I'll hold you to it.
Wait,
In order to
what?
beat Sabathun, you need to understand Sabathun.
Her throne world is a manifestation of Sabathun's own personality, which is in Witch Queen going through a transformation through the light.
She
Okay,
has
okay.
these areas that she's kind of trying to shun and push away.
I dig it. It reminds me of a mix of Crota and Oryx.
claustrophobic,
The art
it's
style.
spooky.
A mix of
Then when you
Crota and
make your way
Oryx
into
with
the
the red
Lucid Hive area, it's a
of
lot more
Oryx
open
and the
broad.
green of Crota.
It's definitely brighter. It's definitely more lively.
A little bit
want
more
people to
lively,
look at it
yeah,
like
than
an
Oryx.
impressionist painting. Something that's very pretty from far away, but as you get closer, it's not really what it seems. It's very unsettling.
It gets darker and darker.
You're
The
looking
dark
at shapes, you're
below.
looking at these things within the world, and you're not entirely sure what they are, and you have to get close, and you have to investigate.
What's really going to be exciting for players is that they're going to get to play that part of psychic detective. Trying to
excited,
solve the many
guys.
mysteries of the throne world.
Ooh, a new exotic gun. You guys see that? I like
Witch
the
Queen
the
campaign,
sight
I
on
think,
it
is
too.
probably the most ambitious campaign we've made in a very long time.
That's what you guys always say. It better not be bluffing it.
Journey you can find in exotic missions, or the mechanics you might find in a dungeon.
I was
You have to kind of think
disappointed
your way through. You have to figure out, like,
with
what do I
Shadowkeep.
need to do next in order to get to the end of this?
We've got Sabathun, right? The Queen of Lies. So this campaign is full of surprises.
Sabathun has all these abilities, and you got to make sure that all of the abilities of the bosses would be something worthy of her. And as I kept thinking about this, you know, I felt like I was
Dude,
really
that witch
becoming
looks insane.
Sabathun.
Looks like she's an
We've also
Eris
added
fan.
the
She has all kinds of
legendary
Eris neck.
difficulty, which is called Become Legend.
It's not for the faint of heart. It's gonna be loaded with these moments that are gonna be
Well, there's a new
frustrating, almost like
new
team
event.
gnashing,
I
but
mean,
when
a
you
new
get through those encounters,
activity. It
you're gonna
looks
feel
like.
really accomplished.
Double rewards, yeah.
As people who have worked on raids and dungeons before, being able to broaden that experience for any kind of player who comes in is really important.
If the Witch Queen is the psychic detective fantasy and journey, then Season of the Risen is that same detective throwing on their flak jacket and defending Earth from the Hive Guardians and the Lucent Hive and Sabathun herself.
When Sabathun shows up on our doorstep with the light, the first person to lend us help is Keitel.
You want us
Who is
to
this guy? Keitel.
I need us to hit them.
She's got this light suppressing technology that the Cabal were using in Season of the Chosen, and now she's going to help us use that against the Lucent Hive.
When you're working with Keitel, she has a different approach. It's not about asking questions, it's about getting in there and extracting.
Oh, they're doing experiments on humans.
Sabathun actually was able to take the light. So the campaign in Season of the Risen in many ways is about that story. Guardians need to stop Sabathun's advance beyond the throne world. And Sabathun
Wow,
poses an
looks
existential
fun.
threat to everyone because she basically has an undead army.
Some
In
new
fighting the
guns.
Lucent Brood, this isn't our first time in the game fighting other light bearers, but it is the first time that we'll be facing other light bearers that have much more relentless motives.
Oh dang! So they're just gonna be like, what?
Look at these Hive Guardians, and when they do
Wait,
their
this guy Dave Samuel looks way different now
make that connection, like, oh,
from when he first started
they
Destiny.
are using my powers against me. As soon as we see the Knight pop its super,
He's the one
and
with all the
has
effects.
two
He's the effects guy.
you immediately are like, oh yeah, I see that connection, and then it's like, and then you're like, it hits you with those things, and then you're dead, and it's just an amazing experience.
The Guardians themselves kind of feel like a fire team that you're fighting against. You got every class represented.
The Acolyte, when that character casts, does
Oh,
very
that fool can
similar
like
thing
teleport and
as
throw
player.
knives. That's sick.
The Arc Wizard.
Arc Wizard.
The sparks go out. It's ready to go.
That's
if
like-
you're not smart about
it's
it,
like
if you're not
the,
paying
uh,
attention,
Warlock.
you are essentially going to have to play that fight over again.
If you're successful in taking down one of these Hive units that are wielding the light, you actually have to go up and kill their ghosts.
That was like one of my favorite things that we were able to do in this game is just that moment where you crush the ghost.
It's kind
Boom.
of this moral dilemma. A ghost is your companion, and now suddenly you have one in your hand and you're about to crush it.
The first time it happens, you're like looking at your hand like, I can't believe what I've just done. Am I doing this? Should I be doing this?
I have a ghost.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
What,
Like,
what is going on?
Like, what's going on here? Why am I doing this?
Sabathun and her Lucent Brood are the most dangerous enemies we've faced so far. And so we're going to need better, more powerful weapons and tools to fight against that threat.
We
So
did
what do
a
you got
bunch
for
of
us?
work early on looking at various different types of weapons we could add to the sandbox.
What kind of weapons you
wanted
bring
to
into the table?
A special weapon archetype that was effective more at a middle range, but also had these kind of additional roles associated with it. The glaive is a projectile weapon, and it is a shield, and it's a melee weapon. We wanted to keep that experience in first person. It has an immediacy that you don't really get when you're using a sword because the camera is so much further back. Because this is also a projectile weapon with a slower
That's
moving
sick.
projectile, the onus of skill on aiming these weapons is about leading and compensating for the speed of the projectile and anticipating that. If you're in a really difficult encounter and one of your teammates dies somewhere out in the open where you normally wouldn't be able to get to them, you can bring that shield up and actually get the revive and then fall back. Glaives originate with Sabathun trying to steal an extremely powerful weapon for her own use, and players will use the weapon crafting recipes that they find throughout the campaign
Weapon
in order to
crafting.
reconstruct this incredibly powerful and incredibly ancient.
Just like Final Fantasy. I was just playing Final Fantasy 13. I craft a couple weapons. I've been crafting weapons in Pokemon Legends Arceus.
weapons that you get.
Weapon crafting.
I'm not. I've been
target
crafting
a specific
items,
goal
not
and go
weapons.
and build that, and you know how long it's going to take you to get there, and you get exactly the thing that you want.
I really want to see what people do with it and like the feedback that we're gonna get and people sharing all of the things that they're doing.
Weapon
with that
crafting
new
looks
system.
pretty cool.
You're creating your guardian, and you want to be able to shape your guardian into what you want them to be. And this gives us a great opportunity to continue to do that.
This is a really big.
What about PvP, guys?
We've got
Ooh.
8 brand new exotics.
Wow, that exotic looks crazy.
Exotic
Grenade launcher?
submachine gun. This is something which Guardians have made, but it's
Costa Rica?
modeled after weapons of sorrow, like Thorn and Touch of Malice. Fires swarms of tiny homing
Oh,
projectiles.
I'm ready for that gun. I'm about to
target
wreck
and
people in the
explode
Crucible.
in this
Video
poison
coming soon,
burst.
guys.
We have an exotic machine gun where the whole idea is be the Colossus. You can launch a barrage of up to 20 homing missiles.
It's a comical amount of projectiles on the screen.
We're doing an exotic glaive for each class this time, and the exotic perks tie deeply into the mechanics of the classes. I think they're going to be really cool additions to build crafting.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna have exotic blades too.
We've got, the usual suite of raid weapons, destination, activity, seasonal. I recapped
Usual
this morning.
stuff,
I think it's
usual
about
stuff.
50 new weapons.
50 new weapons, okay.
You're going to have 2 new exotic armors for each class, totaling 6, 1 stasis, 1 non-stasis. The
All right, what do you got
Titan
for us?
Stasis exotic. Cast your barricade, and instead of, this Traveler's Light and the Rally Barricade, you create a giant wall of ice. Even though this thing is massive,
Oh
you still get all the
god,
benefits of Rally
these
Barricade.
stasis users.
Warlock Void exotic. We called them the Devouring Rift legs because
Devouring
we
Rift
wanted
legs.
Empowering Rift to feel like it had a place in endgame content the way that Healing Rift does. Empowering Rift doesn't heal you. Well, what if it did?
Okay.
In Season 16, you're going to see a massive revamp to the Void subclass system
Let's
across
go.
all 3 classes. This is
Void
a huge
Walker.
update and will allow players to build
Nova
craft in
Warp.
ways that
Ooh,
they've
it
never
looks sicker.
done
It looks like a
before.
black hole now.
One of the things we wanted to do is create a core set of verbs like we did with Stasis.
Anyone can run
Chaos of
suppressors
the
now.
old gods.
I think that's a
sick.
pretty cool
That's
thing
probably,
to be
I'm
able
going to
to
be
do.
running Suppressor Grenade
oh,
probably.
Yeah,
wanted
you guys can
feel
run
like you were
suppressors.
the
You're still
energy
gonna get
vampire.
wrecked by
Feel
me.
like you were the Night Stalker. Feel like you were
I'm
that
just
protector,
joking.
that big Sentinel Titan. So you're gonna see things like Bastion, a new Titan aspect, where you take your big old Sentinel shield, slam it into the ground, and create this void barricade that's gonna apply overshield to you and
Oh,
your
that's pretty
buddies.
sick for a PvE.
My favorite aspect is probably Child of the Old Gods. As this warlock controlling space and time, I'm able to rip a hole into another dimension and then
Rip
pull
a hole
out this
into
little
another
sentient
dimension.
black hole.
I like this
Whenever
guy.
I target an enemy, my little black hole buddy is going to
My little
fly
black
over
hole
there
buddies.
and start draining their life force.
The Void 3.0 update is really
Oh shoot,
setting the stage.
I'm gonna have to go back
you and
real
your
quick,
buddies.
guys. Sorry about that.
This is a huge
I was hyped.
update
I guess I was
and will
hyped
allow
at this
players
part.
to build craft in ways that they've never done before.
One of the things we wanted to do is create a core set of verbs like we did with Stasis.
Anyone can run suppressors now. I think that's the pretty cool
That's
thing
probably,
to be
I'm
able
going
to
to be
do.
running Suppressor
Yeah.
Grenade
Oh,
probably.
We wanted you to feel like you were the energy vampire. Feel like you were the Night Stalker. Feel like you were that protector, that big Sentinel Titan. So you're going to see things like Bastion, a new Titan aspect, where you take your big old
Okay,
Sentinel
we-
shield,
we've seen this
slam
already.
it into
Okay.
the ground, and create this void barricade that's going to apply overshield
Yeah,
to you
we
and
don't
your
like
buddies.
Titans here. No, just joking.
My favorite aspect is probably Child of the Old Gods. As this warlock controlling space and time, I'm able to rip a hole into another dimension.
Rip
and
a
then
hole
pull
into
out
another
this little,
dimension.
sentient black hole. Whenever I target an enemy, my little black hole buddy is going to fly over there
And just
and
wreck
start
everyone,
draining their
chain
life
every.
force.
The Void
pretty
3.0
OP.
update is really setting the stage for how we're thinking about updating the subclasses for the rest of the year.
Okay.
We're going to extend this
Well,
philosophy.
it's gonna be the
to
future
solar
of
and arc.
subclasses.
Solar obviously is going to be about burning, but there's this
This
other
guy's like,
component
I
to
ain't
solar,
going to
and
work.
that's healing.
My work's here.
Arc is all about chaining. It's all about lightning, direct attacks, quickness. We're going to take the fantasies that you know and love today. We're going to embellish them. So what you'll see is like all of the new abilities, all the new actions you take, reinforce that to the core.
That's
Pretty
right.
excited about it.
Oh, okay.
Witch Queen is very much a culmination of the last 6 to 7 years of just Destiny altogether. And really, this is starting the road to the final showdown. But things aren't necessarily just dark and light
The
anymore.
final
There's a lot more
showdown
nuance
is
in the
coming
game.
soon. That's gonna be crazy.
It's going to be a real fight. Players have something that they're really going to be challenged by.
So that means Destiny's gonna be ending soon. If you guys hear that,
Wait for
this is
everyone
the
to find
start
out
of the
what's been
final
going on with
showdown.
Sabathun. Like, I'm excited.
You Guardians are
It was
so
it's gonna be a 10-year trip. It looks like.
From the throne world to the campaign to the customizable build crafting, it all comes together to make Destiny feel really new and fresh.
We've got more Destiny coming this year than any other year before. It's one of the most ambitious releases we've ever put together, and the team is firing on all cylinders.
Okay. I'm gonna put you to that word.
What do
You
you
better be
say
good.
you're going to
More
do?
Crucible, come on. Alright, now that's it, guys. for the video. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to be buying it soon. And I believe I already pre-ordered. But yeah, peace out. Hopefully this is all the information you guys got. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed my reaction video. Subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe.